flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it. Flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it.
Paper cut, dumb and they ain't saying nothing. Seen a lot of comments, so I had to touch it. Married to the streets, niggas know I love her. Differences keep thumbing, I just love new money. Know I fuck with my holy brothers. Always black on tracks, niggas know I done it. Talking money, they ain't saying nothing. I see a lot of frying, so I switch the subject. Fucked up, down bad, I ain't have nothing. Same in black gray Pradas with all the motherfucking scuffs in them. Got tired of my stomach touching. Then apply pressure, flow shake in the worst way. Guns give a nigga ovation. See why the levees break. Chew 'em up anyhow to state. This here what Piranha say. Came up off this lake that was half of a ticket. Then I flooded my city. I show me no petty. Hold up to the scene and them hitters is with me. You be going in the Jeffs. Julio on my hoodie.
Flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it. Flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it. Rahul Leon, leading the Apple, they call me Young Jobs. Fuck with them hoolies that stay on their job. Fuck all that flexing, that's how you get robbed. Holy my section and black my protection. These niggas be talking but won't get involved. Young and the reckless, we move like the Westerns. They organize crime and we move like the mob. This shit is way too pure, you need to cut it. I'm talking to the streets, you know I love it. Rain down on the plug, all in public. Distribution double back and then I flood it. Winners never lose, losers never win. Bullies run the streets and make them corners bend. Whip a 4 to a motherfucking 10. Selling 8, then I hit the whip again. Shout out Fresh, yeah, they got him down for 10. Shout out Ja, yeah, you know we good again. Kenny home, hungry in and out the pen. Young and thuggin', swapping in and out the bend. Every day up in his life is sin. Every day up in his life is sin. Make believe, we don't pray pretend. Every day I just play to win. Feed the streets, I was made to win. Feed the streets, I was made to win. Holy. Flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it. Flood it, 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 flood it. This hood is way too dry, somebody flood it. Your hood is way too dry, you need to flood it.